Hi. In this demo, we're going to talk about something called order to cash, which is a very fundamental concept in ERP systems. And basically, that means how to receive orders from customers and how to process them on your end. So let's take a look here. We're going to start on a process screen. And this process screen or this process flow is just a way for you to visualize the process that your order is going to go through. And so the first step here is going to be enter quote or enter order. All right, so let's just click on that. And what you're going to see is that we have quite a few menu options here. And so we're just going to keep it simple. And for this example, we're going to say enter sales order. So we're just going to click enter sales order. And actually, before I click that, I want you to notice the little I right next to enter sales order, the little icon there. That is actually in context help. So if you ever get lost, you can always click on the help screen and that will tell you what you need to know about that screen. So let's go ahead and click on enter sales order. That's going to bring us up to the order entry screen. And for the sake of time here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up one I've already entered. That's 734 was the order number there. And you'll see that I've got all the information filled in. I've ordered an item called Bolt for a unit price of $100. So I'll just cancel that. And then we'll just click save here. So obviously, ordering or filling out the order form is the easy part. The next part is going to be figuring out the fulfillment. Now, if you've already got something in inventory, fulfilling it is fairly easy, or as you see here in our process flow, it may be something that we have to go and procure. So for the sake of argument, let's assume that we're going to have to go procure whatever this part was that just got ordered. So let's just click there and you'll see that one of our options is a process flow for materials planning. So let's click there. And the nice thing about this screen is it's not just pictures that explain to you how your process works, but these are all clickable objects that you can click and do things, item setup, forecasting, creating master schedules. Each of those is going to have a menu associated with it that actually makes sense in context. For example, if I click on this icon here for what do I need to buy, when, and why, you'll see that I have planned orders by supplier, all these different kinds of reports or entry screens that I can access that make sense based on where I am. So we'll close out of this screen. I'm going to go show you one more thing here. Let's go to the pack and ship menu. And what I'm going to choose here is the shipping lineup. So if I choose shipping lineup, that's going to take me to a report screen. And that report screen is going to show me the status of orders that have come in. For example, maybe these seem to be in booked status. We could also go up to the status and we could say, hey, show me ones that are booked but not yet confirmed picked, or something like that. So let's go take a look at the order that we put in just a minute ago, order 734. So if we scroll down to the bottom here, we'll see our order, and we'll just click on that, and we'll be able to go into it directly. And of course, we can edit or view that as needed. So the next thing I want to show you is how to do a confirm shipment on an item that's gone out your door. And of course, this could be automated through WMS if you choose to implement that. So what we'll do here is we're just going to go down to confirm ship. And I'm going to type in 734, pull up that order number that we have, and I'm going to say ship all. In other words, I'm shipping all of the items that were in that order. And so that's going to move this order into a status called confirmed ship. And so this order now will show up that way on various reports. So since this is an example, I'm just going to cancel out here, and we'll go back to our main screen. So the other thing I want you to notice here, and we won't go into these individually, but you have options for things like print pick ticket, print packing list. All these are items that you can do straight from this process flow screen. So our next step is going to go to the billing and invoicing icon there. We're going to say select for billing. That's going to pull up the billing screen. And this is going to, of course, help us keep our billing and our shipping in sync with each other. And of course, again, this is something that can be automated, certainly not something that we have to do manually, but I'm going through it here manually to show you how to do it. So I'm going to enter in 734. That's the order we've been working on. And we're going to get a pop-up window here that asks us what we want to bill, and we'll take all. So we'll just hit OK there. And here's our below the line charges. So if we're adding anything in for something like freight charges or taxes or things like that, we'll do that. You'll see that it's $100. We're going to hit save. And I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel here because it's an example, but that is the idea for doing the billing. Now the next thing I want to show you here is that we can print the invoice, again from this same process screen. Now, of course, printing invoices is something you'd probably do as a batch, but we're just going to do a singular one here. So we'll do order 734. And we'll just hit start, and that's going to bring up a crystal report invoice. And of course, we can customize this any way that you like. And of course, this is something that I'm showing you manually here for the sake of the demo, but normally I think this is something that you would automate through our business activity monitoring and have these invoices automatically generated and sent to your customer and a copy saved in your document management. So we'll just close out of here. We're going to do one final step just to bring it full circle. We're going to go back to billing and invoicing and say post invoices. Again, this is something you'd probably do in a batch, or certainly is something you would automate. We'll just hit OK there, and this is going to create the proper entries in your accounts receivable so that all your accounting is up to date and correct, saying, hey, these are items that we've shipped out. Now we have accounts receivable on the books. So of course the only thing left is to actually receive the money. So let's go down here to collections and cash flow. We'll just click on cash flow. And now we're going to say a new entry. And we're going to put it in our bank journal account. And we've actually received money from the customers. So this is going in our bank account. Amount of the check was $100. And so we'll just fill in the rest of this form quickly. We'll put in a comment here, something like test, fill in the check numbers. All right. And now what's going to happen here is that it's actually going to show us the accounting entry that's going to show on our books. So the only thing that we have left here is we're just going to go now match up that invoice with the money that we received. So here you see the money that's come in and the invoice, and they match up. So $100 and $100, and you'll see up there at the top in green, it says balance $0. So we see that it's paid in full, and so we're just going to go ahead and accept that. We'll just click the match and process button here, and then that's going to close that out. What you'll see when we go back to our screen here is that all of the entries, your debits and credits, have been added to this list for everything involving this transaction. So that's a very clean look at your accounting around this one transaction. So we'll go ahead and close out here. We'll go back to our process screen just to remind you of what we've done here. We've gone all the way from entering a quote or entering an order to doing the picking and the packing and the shipping, sending out the billing, and then all the way to collecting the money and reconciling your accounting and reconciling your books. So I hope you've seen that this is very straightforward. A lot of this can be automated. Almost all of it can be automated, even though we've shown it here in a manual process. So I hope you enjoyed the demo, and I'd love for you to check out our other demos as well.